In this video, we are going to talk honestly about 5 everyday foods that cardiac surgeons warn can quietly raise your risk of dangerous blood clots after the age of 60. These are not strange or exotic foods. These are common foods many seniors eat almost every day without a second thought. They do not cause instant pain. They do not upset your stomach. And they do not always raise your heart rate. But inside your body, they can slowly make your blood thicker, your circulation slower, and your heart work harder over time. Many older adults only find out something is wrong after a sudden scare, like a swollen leg, chest pressure, shortness of breath, or an unexpected hospital visit. Today, I will explain which 5 foods raise this risk, why they become more dangerous as we age, and what small, safe changes you can make to protect your heart without giving up all the foods you love. You will also learn the early warning signs of thickened blood that many seniors mistake for normal aging, even when the body is quietly asking for help. Before we begin, I would truly love to know, how old are you, and where are you watching from today? You can share that in the comments if you like. It helps us feel like one caring community here. Now let's begin. Point 1. Spinach smoothies. Many seniors drink spinach smoothies because they truly believe they are doing something wonderful for their health. And that makes sense. For many years, spinach has been promoted as a superfood. It is full of vitamins, it supports digestion, and it feels light and clean in the body. But what many older adults do not realize is that spinach behaves very differently when it is blended raw and consumed every single day after the age of 60. When spinach is blended into a smoothie, the natural compounds inside it called oxalates become highly concentrated and enter your bloodstream very quickly. In younger bodies, the kidneys usually filter these oxalates without much trouble. But as we age, kidney filtration naturally slows down and blood vessels become stiffer. This makes it harder for the body to clear out these compounds efficiently. Over time, oxalates can bind with calcium in the blood and form tiny crystal-like particles. These particles slightly thicken the blood, making it flow more slowly and placing extra stress on the heart. The danger is that this does not cause pain right away. You may feel perfectly fine for months or even years. But inside the body, circulation becomes a little heavier, a little slower, and a little more vulnerable to clot formation. Especially if you also take calcium supplements, do not drink enough water, or sit for long periods during the day. This does not mean spinach is bad. It simply means that after 60, how you eat spinach matters just as much as whether you eat it at all. Cardiac specialists strongly recommend rotating your greens instead of relying on raw spinach every day. Safer options for smoothies include romaine lettuce, bok choy, celery leaves, and small amounts of kale. If you still enjoy spinach, try using it lightly steamed instead of raw and limit it to a few times per week, not daily. Point 2. Granola and crunchy oats. Many seniors start their day with granola or crunchy oats because it feels light, easy, and healthy. It looks natural. It tastes comforting. And for many years, we were told that oats are good for the heart. But what most older adults do not realize is this. Granola and processed oats do not behave the same way in the body as simple, plain oats, especially after the age of 60. When oats are turned into crunchy clusters, they are usually baked with syrup, honey, sugar, and processed oils. This removes much of the gentle fiber that normally slows digestion. As a result, these foods turn into sugar in your bloodstream very quickly. After 60, the body does not handle sudden sugar spikes as smoothly as it once did. Each sharp rise and fall in blood sugar creates a stress reaction inside the blood vessels. Over time, this stress makes the inner lining of the arteries slightly irritated and more likely to attract platelets. That is one of the quiet steps toward clot formation. Many seniors notice signs without understanding the cause. A sudden wave of tiredness after breakfast. A light headache. Heavy legs by mid-morning. These are often blamed on age. But very often, it is the sugar and processed oils from daily granola quietly slowing circulation and thickening the blood just enough to cause strain. This does not mean you must give up oats forever. The safety is in the form and frequency. Plain rolled oats or steel-cut oats digest slowly. They keep blood sugar steady. They support smooth circulation instead of stressing it. If you enjoy sweetness, add cinnamon, blueberries, or a small drizzle of raw honey. These support artery health instead of irritating it. If you still love granola, treat it as a small topping, not a full bowl. A few spoonfuls for crunch is safe. A full daily serving is where the long-term risk quietly grows. Your heart prefers calm mornings, steady blood flow, gentle energy, and the way you choose your breakfast after 60 plays a much bigger role in that than most people ever realize. Point 3. Processed red meat. Many seniors enjoy red meat because it feels comforting, familiar, and filling. Foods like sausages, hot dogs, deli slices, bacon, and cured meats are especially popular because they are easy to prepare and full of flavor. But what many older adults do not realize is that processed red meat behaves very differently inside the body than fresh food, especially after the age of 60. As we grow older, our blood vessels naturally become a little stiffer and more sensitive. Processed red meats contain high levels of saturated fat and chemical preservatives, and these two things quietly irritate the inner lining of your arteries. This irritation does not cause pain you can feel, but it changes the surface of the blood vessels in a way that makes platelets stick together more easily. When platelets begin to clump, the risk of clot formation slowly rises. Processed meats also raise a substance in the blood called inflammation markers. These markers signal that the body is under stress. When this stress continues week after week, circulation becomes heavier and slower. Some seniors begin to notice heavy legs after meals, chest tightness in the evening, or unusual afternoon fatigue. These signs are often blamed on just getting older, but very often, the real cause is daily strain from foods that inflame the bloodstream. Red meat is also rich in a form of iron that, in excess, can add to oxidative stress in the blood. This makes circulation feel thicker and more sluggish over time. The danger is not one meal. The danger is the daily pattern. You do not need to remove red meat completely from your life. The key is reducing frequency and avoiding processed forms. Choosing fresh poultry, fish, beans, or lentils several times a week gives your heart a break. Point 4. Sugary breakfast cereals. Many older adults begin their day with a bowl of breakfast cereal because it feels easy, light, and comforting. The box looks healthy. The words whole grain and low fat sound safe. And after all, it's just cereal, right? But what many seniors do not realize is that most breakfast cereals today behave like sugar in your bloodstream, especially after the age of 60. When you eat sugary cereal, your blood sugar rises very fast. Within minutes, your body releases a strong burst of insulin to bring that sugar back down. This sudden up and down movement puts stress on your blood vessels. Over time, this repeated stress makes the inside of the arteries more sensitive and slightly irritated. When arteries are irritated, platelets are more likely to stick together, and that quietly increases clot risk. After 60, blood vessels are not as flexible as they once were. This makes sugar spikes more dangerous than they were in younger years. Many seniors feel the effects without knowing the cause. They may notice mid-morning headaches, sudden tiredness, shaky legs, or a heavy feeling in the body, and they assume it's just age. But very often, it is the breakfast cereal pushing the blood in the wrong direction. Even cereals called healthy can be a problem if they contain more than a few grams of sugar per serving. The body does not care what the front of the box says. It only responds to what enters your bloodstream. This does not mean you must give up all cereal forever. The safe path is choosing cereals with high fiber and very low sugar, and always slowing digestion with nuts, seeds, or a bit of protein. Even better choices for circulation include eggs, plain oats, chia pudding, or yogurt with berries. Your heart prefers calm mornings, not sugar storms. And the way you start your day after 60 quietly shapes how smoothly your blood will flow for the rest of it. Point 5. Cheese and daily dairy fats. Many seniors love cheese. It feels comforting, familiar, and satisfying. It's part of breakfast, part of sandwiches, part of dinner, and even part of snacks. For many people, cheese feels like a safe food. But what cardiac specialists want older adults to understand is this. Eating high-fat cheese every single day after 60 can slowly thicken your blood and strain your circulation without making any noise at first. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at breaking down saturated fats. These fats stay in the bloodstream longer and begin to stiffen the walls of the arteries. When the artery walls lose their softness, blood does not glide through as smoothly. It moves more slowly. And when blood slows down, the risk of clot formation quietly rises. Cheese is also much higher in sodium than most seniors realize. Too much sodium raises blood pressure and causes fluid retention. This extra pressure inside the blood vessels makes it easier for tiny clots to begin forming, especially during the night when circulation naturally slows during sleep. This is why some seniors wake up with headaches, ankle swelling, or a heavy feeling in the chest without understanding the real cause. The danger is greatest with processed cheeses, sliced cheese, cheese spreads, shredded blends, because they contain not only saturated fat and sodium, but also preservatives and oxidized oils that irritate the bloodstream even more. This does not mean you must give up cheese forever. The key is how often and what kind. Safer choices include small amounts of cottage cheese, ricotta, or fresh mozzarella, which are lower in saturated fat and sodium. Pairing cheese with vegetables or fruit instead of bread or processed meats also protects your circulation. When cheese becomes an occasional pleasure instead of a daily habit, your blood begins to flow more freely, your heart works with less strain, and your risk of silent clot buildup begins to fall, quietly and gently, just like healing should. Point 6. White bread and refined flour. Many seniors eat white bread every single day without ever questioning it. Toast for breakfast. A sandwich for lunch. Bread with dinner. It feels light. It feels easy to digest. It feels harmless. But what most older adults are never told is this. Refined white flour turns into sugar in your bloodstream faster than almost any food, and after 60, that sugar surge can quietly thicken the blood and stress the heart. When white bread enters your body, it breaks down almost instantly into glucose. This rapid sugar rise forces the body to release a strong wave of insulin. And each strong insulin wave slightly thickens the blood as part of the body's emergency response system. Over time, when this happens meal after meal, day after day, your circulation slowly becomes heavier and more sluggish. Platelets become more likely to stick together, and the quiet groundwork for clot formation begins. Unlike whole grains, white bread has almost no fiber to slow digestion, no magnesium to protect blood vessels, and no natural compounds that support flexible arteries. It is empty energy that pushes circulation in the wrong direction without nourishing the blood at all. Many seniors notice symptoms without understanding the cause: afternoon drowsiness, heavy legs, foggy thinking, or sudden tiredness after meals. These are often blamed on age, but very often, it is refined flour stressing the bloodstream repeatedly. This does not mean you can never enjoy bread again. It simply means your body now needs a different kind of bread. Safer options include whole grain bread, sprouted grain bread, or rye, all of which digest slowly, keep blood sugar steady, and protect the arteries instead of stressing them. Even better is reducing bread portions and pairing it with protein, vegetables, or healthy fats to stop sugar spikes. After 60, your blood prefers calm digestion, steady energy, and smooth flow.